Okay. Hmm. Okay.
Alright everyone, welcome back to Distant Star Cares Play Live 2018. We're going to be starting up our Ori block. So this is going to be Ori and the Blind Force Definitive Edition. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm cutieroo1. I speedrun Ori and the Blind Forest. I speedrun other games, but today I'm going to be showing you Ori and the Blind Forest. It's a very beautiful game. It's an indie game that was developed by Microsoft, by Moon Studios. And they came out with this definitive edition, which makes the game a whole lot prettier and impressive as a speedrun. And the music's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
the OST and the graphics are definitely this part. And my name's Jude 12. I will be here to provide some commentary for the run as well.
All right, and so I'm gonna get started. Are we set?
Ready when you are.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, good luck, good luck.
Thank you. Okay. So with
Yeah, so as a,
oh,
yeah, go for it. No, you go for it.
so in the beginning, there's usually like text that show up and appear, but I have my UI off because the user interface has this text dialogue and it takes like a lot of time. Um, and so we prefer to have it off in the very beginning.
Yeah, and this actually saves a good chunk of time, anywhere from about 10 to 15 seconds over the run that you don't have to mash. So there is one place where cutieroo1 is going to have to actually turn the UI on, else you kind of like mini soft lock the game. It gets a little confused, and you stare at the sky for about 10 seconds. So, yeah, so right now she's just going through this tutorial area and pick up our first skill in our companion sign.
Yeah, this is a very important moment because this little guy, this little ball of energy is like pretty much like how you attack the enemies that you encounter throughout the game.
We're not gonna get too many like upgrades per se. There's one other skill that allows us to use sign in a slightly different way, and we don't use it too much else. Really, the rest of the skills are going to be what's going to be important for progressing in the game. But in order to fight enemies, sign is our main companion for the first probably half of the run.
And also, to describe the category that I'm running, there's plenty of categories in this speed run, but the one that I'm currently running is the all skills no out of bounds. And pretty much, essentially it's kind of what it sounds like. It's just, you're getting all these skills in the game, and then you beat the game, and that's how you get your time. Sorry, I'm kind of focusing right here because I have to keep count of my damage that I'm taking.
Yeah, she's keeping count of not only her damage, but also her experience, those little orange orbs that you see on the ground that come from enemies. And there are also containers where you can get some XP as well. She's setting up her health right here so that she can put the keys into the door. Did a little bit right there, but is gonna put it in the door, save, and kill herself. And that actually removes the ghost door, or removes the door animation. We call that a ghost door. And you'll see that a few times throughout the run. And she's gonna pick up this 4th health cell for a lot of added safety throughout pretty much the whole first half of this run.
And I'm heading down right now. I'm just kind of like making my way through this whole beginner area. Pretty much, you're gonna kind of see like a small portion of it, but I am heading over towards our first skill, and that skill is the wall jump. And it's important to get this skill because you can't go too far without jumping on walls.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, interaction with walls is what like a lot of this game is built off of, especially what you're supposed to do in the first 2 dungeons of the game casually. So if you've got like, a skill coming later called double jump, I mean, you can double jump and get extra height, but you couldn't like interact with walls, and it becomes really annoying if you don't have wall jump.
And
Also, another thing about the no TA part, because everyone's probably aware of like no out of bounds or no OOB is no out of bounds, but no TA, there's a teleport anywhere glitch that was in the DE game after it came out, and you could actually do complete blind movement with the teleport menu up. So we banned that out because it's not fun to see like none of the game as you're trying to do blind movement. So it kind of goes along with the no out of bounds. Nice, you got the explosion on the way out, so that's good. That means she has her XP in the right spot. We're going to be using that little level up explosion at a couple points during the run, especially one that's going to allow us to sequence break a bit at the top of the first dungeon. So really good job of getting your XP in the right spot.
thank you. Yeah, if you don't mind explaining them, why is XP so important?
Yeah, so XP, in addition to picking up some of that energy cell you just saw at wall jump, and also the health cell that we got earlier, there's ability cells that you can pick up to farm ability points. And the other way that you can farm ability points is by leveling up. So every time you get more XP, it'll progressively get more. So it starts off at 25, then 50, then 100, and so on and so forth, until it becomes increasingly high. And we're going to be farming a few levels in addition to those ability points. And you're going to see an iteration of it right here. That's going to be a save anywhere. And she's going to bring up the ability menu as she's running along, and she's going to level up something to skip this cutscene.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, no, I'm still here. Sorry, I'm trying to get some extra stuff set up. Anyway, right now we're in Blackroot Burrows, and the thing with Blackroot Burrows, this is the definitive edition added area, or one of the two areas.
Oh, man.
And it's unique because it's very dark at the start. Oh, nice damage boost right there, and good idea taking that a little bit slower.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of lasers, a lot of spikes, and you have to use this orb to trigger some lanterns. So there's this, those lanterns that she was just going through, and then it allows you to go on these platforms. And there's one other lantern to get to last room up here.
And so what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of like traversing. I'm trying to like figure out the puzzles. I knew that was going to happen. That's why, oh, that was not good. So in this game, you do like die a lot. A lot of times it's on purpose, but the enemies here just kind of like, they're very notorious to like sniping you. I'm kind of going carefully because I'm just like, I'm so scared for my life. But essentially, I'm just kind of like going through and making sure that I don't die. Because if you die, it's like, it depends on certain points of where you save. And if you die, it's like not a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. Dying really loses you a lot of time, especially before we're getting this skill that's coming up called Dash. When you have to walk around everywhere, it feels really, really slow. And even in the late game, if you die like super late into on your way to the next skill tree and you're not really saving, it can lose anywhere from the magnitude of 45 seconds to a minute, and that really, really hurts. So being able to know when you can use your energy for better movement versus when you need to drop safety saves is such an important part of the speedrun. So Rue's going to be setting up another save anywhere right here. Is going to be dropping this orb into this pedestal that allows you to bring light to the area, and is waiting for like an audio cue on her end to know that the pedestal's rising, and you can actually skip this over. It saves about overall 15 seconds to do it this way. Because cutscenes are very long in this game. We've only reached a couple of them that only take about 25 to 30 seconds, but some of the late game ones with the lore, the important lore, take anywhere from 70 seconds to 80 seconds. And it's really important that we use those save anywheres. And now we have dash, so we're gonna be like Sonic and go fast everywhere.
You gotta go fast.
Indeed. And what Rue is doing right here is another thing with the manipulation of XP, and is going to bait this Frankie over. This Frankie gives 19 experience, and we're going to manage our XP so we can actually level up off this Frankie up here and get it over to this platform. This is a 2 energy door, and we already have 2 energy, but when you get a level up, it refills your energy. So sets it up just right, and she puts 2 in the door and spams. There you go. The 4 energy door is open. And it's not over quite yet. We're getting to this area called the Death Gauntlet, where there's a lot of stuff that can actually kill you right here. So those are the 2 first big ones. She's got essentially 1 more to get through. And it's this crusher right here. And now she's going to be able to get this energy cell and be able to save. So really great job with the Frankie Walk and Death Gauntlet overall.
My Frankie walk was pretty frocky.
Mm-hmm. It was a very riveting experience. So, Rue's going to be heading over and getting our 4th skill of the game, which is the double jump skill. And this is going to allow us to have a lot of additional vertical movements. One could say verticality. And
Ah, no.
That's going to help us in the upcoming first dungeon.
Oof. Ah.
Oh, that's poison water.
Yeah, that's poison water.
Oh my gosh. Those slimes are the true snipers of this game. If you don't think so, play this game yourself. Any speedrunner will tell you those guys, when you're at 1 HP, just have like special homing aim assist.
Yeah. There's just so many enemies, and then you have to like deal with spikes, and then you're dealing with you're dealing with a lot at once. This game is very intense as a speedrun because pretty much like you're kind of, it's not that you're multitasking as much, but you are trying to make sure that like you are multitasking with your fingers, because like a lot of the tricks and the buttons, like the top runners, they will do like these really amazing tricks, but it takes like a lot of inputs. Like you're doing a lot at once. Whoops.
Yeah, and as she was just kind of explaining that, she casually just skipped the whole left side of this area, just with a jump called Grotto Skip right there. There's a little mini ledge that you can jump off of. So yeah, just made it look like child's play. That was definitely the casual way of doing it.
That's actually my favorite trick now, because I can like do it pretty consistent.
It's a really fun sequence break, and what you just saw right there was something called a Rekindle. It's a version of the Save Anywhere, except for now that we have this ability called Rekindle, where you can reuse your little kindling fires. You can actually use that to skip cutscenes as well. Weird thing about the Ori in general is that pretty much every cutscene is front-loaded, so as soon as you enter it, the program says, okay, you're done watching it. So if you save afterward, it just kind of lets you skip everything, and that's just super useful, and why SA is so strong.
So I'm kind of like doing a hybrid. I go between the controller and the keyboard. You can do that in this game. It's a lot of fun because for me, I'm able to kind of like move my, fingers around and stuff like that. But both of them have a advantage and like a disadvantage. They each have like pros and cons to each other. But lately I've been like preferring the controller a lot more so. But I still can play this game with the keyboard.
Yeah, and this game is really all about personal preference, and why I think a lot of people are a fan of this category, because it does allow you to be able to get all those like solid mechanical tricks down on either control device, and it's not until you get to some really game-breaking stuff where KBM really matters. But in this run, you can do either.
And so the route that I'm doing right now, so there's actually a better route, and I do it. It's just I prefer this route because I'm more comfortable with it, and plus I actually prefer it better than the other route. It's the Ginso escape route, and pretty much we're gonna go through a different route than like the top runners go through because it actually does have more time to it, and it doesn't save as much time as the other route, but it's still a pretty solid route to go through.
Yeah, I mean, with the new route that she's talking about, people were able to like optimally shave off about 35 to 40 seconds, adding in a couple other things. So that was kind of a big deal. With this route, though, you can still get a really fast time. It's not really that like. And because you're skipping the end of this dungeon that gives you clean water, you have to farm extra health cells. Instead of you opting to just stick with the 4 or 5 you're comfortable with, you have to farm at least one more. And, it's definitely all comfort at that point. So we get to hear some really awesome music at the end of this dungeon. It's a lot of people's favorite track. So this is Ginso Tree. This is the first major dungeon out of the 3 dungeons. We're not going to be going to the second one, and we're pretty much skipping all of the third one. So this is the only one that we're going to be able to enjoy it all. And it allows you to utilize that double jump skill that you just got.
Oh!
Oh, jeez, that was a snipe and a half.
Yep.
Yeah. And this guy does 2 bits of damage, so at the health she's at right now, anything will kill her, so she has to be very, very careful. And there's an RNG chance that it'll drop a bit of slime on the ground, which does 1 damage. And there you go. That's the first mini boss. This one's a lot harder than the second one that's going to be coming up after the next skill. That one's kind of just a tutorial mini boss. It's barely even a mini boss at all. And she's farming up these keystones in this room and the next room. Oh, no. Nice. You got the swag jump.
There. Okay, now I'm gonna go, so once I get the ability bash, I'm gonna go start doing it on the keyboard. And that's because bash is like way better on the mouse.
Yeah, because bash is all based on your on controller, it's your joystick, or in KBM, it's your mouse position. And because you can let go of all the neutral directions on KBM,
no.
It makes it a little bit more consistent.
Can you hold on for a second?
Yeah, no
I'm messing up a lot right here. I don't know why. I was doing this during practice and I was fine, but right now don't know why I'm messing it up. Alright, you know what, I'll just do the other way. Okay. You're fine. I was totally messing up on a part that I actually normally do alright on.
Yeah, this that trick is actually a lot harder than you would think, because you kind of have to like hold the opposite direction as you're trying to do that movement, and you have to kind of it's a little finicky to get consistent. But Bash is really cool like that, and it's a lot of the major reason why people love this game casually is you're able to utilize in so many different ways off projectiles. So what she's doing right here is something called key duplication, and by killing herself while she has keys in the door, you can actually store those keys in your inventory after resaving, and the keys will be back on the map. And this is really important, especially in the new, no clean water route, aka the swamp entry route, because otherwise we would have to swim down and get some items. Oh, you got the hyperspeed. Nice. I think.
No.
I think you got the hyperspeed. Or maybe you just dashed after you respawn.
I dashed after I respawn.
Aw, dang.
It looks like it.
Yeah, it looked like it for a
I
second.
should have been like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, so this is another point of XP manipulation that she's doing right Oh no! Can you
She's farming the buttons. Oh,
hold on for a second?
yeah, no problem. I'll give her some silence while she does this.
I thought I got it, but then I just died. Are you kidding me? Ah. I killed the frog. I don't know why. So I guess my nerves are like kicking in because I was doing just fine in this area during practice today. So
It's totally fine. Nerves are totally a thing. You got this. Hashtag believe.
oh, come on. I don't know why my nerves are kicking in right now. It's like the worst time. Okay, there it is. Oy, oy, oy. Sometimes nerves are just bad.
Nice.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, so that skips the whole right-hand side, and the reason why we do this is that the right-hand side casually is very, very slow. You're supposed to, like, redirect this projectile shot, like, across 3 things. There is a faster strat in that room, but it does take quite a bit of practice to get down. And so it's better to just skip that side, because projectiles in this game are generally pretty slow. And, we'll let you enjoy this beautiful
Oh no.
music.
No, 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 no. Oh, okay, I'm good.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's not stressful. You'll see what's gonna happen pretty soon.
Oh god! It happened again.
Yep, it did.
Yeah, load zones are definitely a thing in this game. That actually happened to her one time in the tournament that just happened in the spring. Thankfully, you can get over the little lip right there, so you won't die after it rubber bands, because that's what the water does. So, yeah. So this is the point where she has to turn the UI on, and or else she has to. Oh, hello XP that fell from. Oh, that just phased through the lock. All right, that's okay. Sounds good.
This game
As you can
is
tell, the XP's not supposed to be there.
yeah. This game is like full of like wonderful things.
And we're coming up to our next skill, which is Stomp. And this is where we start getting into the portion. Nice little damage boost strat right there. to get up to this log. This is where we can damage enemies using a different skill. So this allows us some downward movement as opposed to the double vertical movement upward that double jump gave us. And bash, technically, as well. And this is the only time we're really going to be entering into Thornfeld Swamp. Other than that, we're pretty much going to be heading back towards the left-hand side of the map. That's literally what we call it because we have original name conventions in this community. And she's going to be setting up a drainless trick. I'll give some quiet.
Oh, I'm already done.
Oh, that's right. There's delay. Well, she's going to be doing a save as she's in the first part of her stomp, and there you have it. It'll save the state that you're stomping, and it'll drop you to the floor. That's how the game works with you being in the air while you save, and you can just stomp an underwater post, and that saves quite a bit of time, especially since we don't have the ability that we need to break the thing that does it normally. Because that's their next skill, and casually, that's supposed to be the second skill you get.
Ah, you're fine.
All right.
I killed Spider.
Now she's going to be coming up to this cutscene skip right here. Oh, and she got it. Very, very nice. You get into a very particular position right there, and it'll allow you to skip over a 17-second cutscene. So really great job she got it first try. You can actually reload and try it again, and that still saves about 3 to 4 seconds. And she's going up and grabbing that 5th health cell for some safety that's going to be coming up in Sorrow Pass, and utilizing some nice dash glides to get this 5th energy cell as well.
Spider kill.
Yo, and the first try stomp cancel strat. Pog champ. Bringing out all the swag strats for this run.
Oh, there it is.
And so now she's going to be heading over to get Charge Flame right now. Going to bring this Frankie down so you can actually get out of the... Oh, hello, Frankie. How are you doing today? There you go. Frankie didn't want to join for the fun.
Sorry about that. That's my, what do you call it? My alerts. I'm sorry. Oh boy. I'll have that off for Cuphead. I like classic rock music. It's my favorite.
Classic rock is awesome. Yeah, see, there you go. Like, Ballroom Blitz is awesome music. That's some stuff you can jive to. And while we were all dancing around in our dancing shoes, doing another save anywhere right there, that actually skips the kind of tutorial of how the map works, but we have no time for that. We've already beaten half the game. So we're just going to skip over that using a save anywhere. And she got an ability called Air Dash. So that uses the dash ability while you're obviously in the air. And that's going to allow us a lot of extra mobility, especially after we get the next one, Charge Dash. She's going to get after farming a couple more ability cells.
Oh, this going through, and like going between the controllers, it's funny. I always find it amusing. Like, I could literally be in the middle of like the trick or something and going between controllers. I really like it. I don't know why. It's kind of like a little tee-hee moment.
Hey, it's whatever floats your boat. And I like that little damage boost strat since, you know, she goes 5 HP. She has the ability to work with it. And there is a slightly faster version, but it's pretty finicky, especially when you're more on controller. She does most of her bashing on KBM, so there's a little bit better setup, but if you're not comfortable with it, it's just better to just grab the cell and just continue on as normal.
Yeah, it's called Fast Stompless, and the reason why I opted out, because I was trying to do it during practice and I got it a few times, but like he said, the trick is super finicky. Like, it's because of the setup behind the trick, but I can do it. It's just right now.
Something something. The environment deloads while off screen. Something something.
Yeah. So and then it's like, and you have to get it in a certain amount of time, and then you're like, did I get it? And if you don't get it, then you kind of wasted time.
So now she just leveled up Charge Dash right there and saving on the well to refill the energy and health. And Charge Dash is going to allow us to do some really funky stuff. Like what you're going to see on her screen right now. Yeah, that.
Shoot. And
that's called a rocket jump. And that's going to allow us to go vertical very fast. The developers didn't realize that they would have to ever bound your velocity in the vertical direction. That's good for us, because then we have this cool strat that we can use. And now she's coming up on this, probably the biggest sequence break of the whole run, which is Solo Bash.
Okay. Hold up. Alright, okay, we're okay.
Very nice, though. Got it on second try. That is a very hard trick, if you were wondering.
Okay, my heart's racing.
Hi.
Yeah, my heart's racing right now.
that frog is also honorable mention of sniper in this game.
Okay, I'm okay. It's okay. I'm just terraining through the tropical place with spikes. Okay, cool. We're good.
What are you talking about? That's obviously a Dorito cave. You just ate some Doritos.
Yeah, I did. It tasted nummy.
That's good. Was it like Cool Ranch or spicy nacho? Like what flavor were those Doritos?
My thing about nacho, I like nacho, but Cooler Ranch is my favorite. However, in this case, they look like nacho.
Okay, fair enough. So now we're at charge jump right now. We've only got a couple more skills left after this. Charge jump is great. It's another vertical movement ability, and it's going to allow us to actually do our next sequence break. There's no stops of sequence breaks in this. And this was actually found right before the tournament happened in the spring. And it actually is another save state, kind of what you saw with Drainless and the Stomp. It's very similar, whereas she's going to go up to the ceiling, drop a save right there, and while holding that direction is going to allow her to break that and then feather straight up to get the key for the final one, Sunstone, his final dungeon, Sunstone.
Oh, my UI's on. There it is.
Yeah, and just went to get over some extra experience on her route, where she's going to be leveling up during the mini boss in the next area. So Rue, what's your feeling about Misty Woods?
Oh boy.
Do you like that area? How do you feel about that area?
Oh boy. That's how I feel about it. Misty Woods is actually really, really fun when it comes to movement. It's just when your nerves are kicking in, it's not good. Let's put it that way. But I feel a lot more better about Misty Woods than I do about Sorrow. I'll put that much. Okay.
Yeah, and this is a lot of people's favorite movement, and it has a lot of chaining of charge dashing and bash canceling off of enemies. She's going to opt to drop a save at the start, which is a very good one, because exiting the Sunstone area is pretty slow. And there's a lot of areas here where you can take 3 damage apiece, and even at 5 health, she dies on essentially 2 hits from nearly anything. And we're using a little bit of rocket jump maneuvering right there, and continued chaining of bash gliding and charge dash bash canceling, and it's really cool movement overall. And she's going to be going into this cutscene that shows you where this orb you're supposed to grab at the end of Misty. That'll give you access to the key to the second dungeon. But we're not going to the second dungeon. It's going to remain forlorn.
Okay.
I get it, because the second dungeon is Forlorn Ruins. Huh?
Sorry, well, we don't see Forlorn at all. It's a dungeon that you don't see in this category. And not a lot of people like this one, actually, for some reason. I actually started to like it because of the randomizer, oddly enough.
Yeah, you pretty much only go there in all dungeons, all cells, and Ori randomizer. There is a randomizer for this game. If there wasn't enough randomizers in this world, we have one for Ori.
I love it.
And, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It provides a lot of really cool strats. But strat here, after we just got that second to last skill climb, is there's a lot of flower pads here that would casually allow you to alternate between sides and like with jumping and stuff like that. But since we have charge jump, we kind of break it pretty hard. The game doesn't allow you to have those skills.
Okay. That was okay. That was fun. It's okay. Everything's okay. Oh gosh. Alright.
Hi, those are spikes.
Yep.
Those are also almost spikes.
Yep.
And if you haven't noticed, she's been picking up keystones along the way, and that actually is kind of the little unique part of Misty, is that the way you don't get lost is by picking up those keystones. It shifts the environments. Misty, in reality, is actually not a very large area. It's just because of the way that it works. It's pretty dense area, and it's one of the slower areas in the whole speedrun. Especially when you don't have charge jump. But since we have charge jump and charge dash and bash canceling, we can sequence break everywhere.
So much fun. It's so much fun. This game, honestly, is a lot of fun. And it is fun to learn, too, because it is quite challenging, but it brings, like, once you, like, fulfill that challenge, it's like, you can't help but have that little tee-hee moments inside where you're just like, that was awesome, and I just did something awesome.
Yeah, and it's great to break down it into like segments. A lot of people like to break it down in thirds, like up to Ginso Tree, then up to Sorrow Bash, and then the rest of the game. And that's generally a good way of approaching it, because the mechanical intensity of this run really requires you to like actually do some sort of, you know, like quote unquote individual level practice. And she is now actually going to be heading back to the area where we started, which is Sunken Glades, and we're going to go back into Blackroot Burrows. Since now that we have Charge Jump and Stomp, we can get access to the last ability, or last skill, excuse me, which is Light Grenade. And for a while, there wasn't too many useful reasons like to have it in this run, other than just to pick up the skill tree. But there, like kind of the early to middle of last year, a runner by the name of Hitachi Hex found this strat called a grenade jump, and it allows you to pretty much break the game even horizontally with velocity by having grenade when you grenade and charge jump off a wall within a frame of each other. So yes, it is a frame perfect input every single time. Wow, you showed the bird that business.
I messed up. And then I was just like...
That was some anger.
I was just like...
That was some anger towards that bird.
I know. That bird was just like in my way.
Okay, now having picked up the last skill, is gonna head over to Mount Horror, which is the third and final dungeon of the game. We went up to get Sunstone just to gain access to that, and there's a couple cool sections of movement up here that you do on the way there. The first one is a nice call out to the Indiana Jones series with the boulder. That's going to be coming up here.
Oh, come on. Sorry, you're going to laugh once you see it.
Or do you get bouldered? Maybe.
Me?
No.
No, I got sniped.
Oh god. Even this late into the run, those slimes don't stop sniping.
Yeah.
And so now, Rue went back to that Thornfell Swamp teleporter that we got way back on the way up to Ginso. That's a dash ramp and a half, and is going to rocket jump off that Frankie, do some more burning of energy, while picking up some extra energy to go faster. And we are almost to the door of Horu. And are we gonna do Horu, Cutieroo?
Yes. No. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, would that classify as doing Horu? What you're going to actually do at the door right now?
Hold on. There it is.
Oh, I saw you doing it. Yes, dude, nice.
I had to do it. I had to do it. Those are so much fun to do. No, we're not really.
Times the charm.
We're not really gonna do Horu, sadly.
Yeah. So there's this trick called door warp.
Okay.
For some reason, this game is all based on position sets. So she, is going through the door, waiting for a save point, and is going to exit out, reload, and try and enter on the same frame that the game loads.
Oh, come on. Really? There you go. There.
Also, welcome to more frame perfect inputs.
Oh, yeah.
And, oh, nice. That was third try. That was very, very solid. So I think it's after 9 tries is when it breaks even to the old farming and ability thing and doing the old lava skip from vanilla. So getting a third try saves quite a bit of time. And now we're in the final escape, and we're gonna, try and escape from the third creature. We don't really know. It's kind of the villain, quote unquote, of the game. We don't really see lore. We skip all the lore in this run.
Yeah, don't worry about the bird. The bird is a word for now.
And she, this pretty much is a combination of everything that you had to, acquire throughout the run. With all those skills, it makes it pretty easy. You don't need all the skills to beat this, by the way. There are a bunch of different iterations. Because in the water,
sorry, you'll see why.
she's gonna try and skip this last. There's a little spawn for Koro, and we can skip that, so you don't have to do the casual way. And she's gonna set up this grenade jump, and dude, nice first try. There we go.
That is a hard. That's a frame perfect. Like, oh gosh.
Yeah, that is, again, grenade jumps are frame perfect inputs, and that actually propels you to skip over half the ending cutscene. It saves about 35 seconds, and it's gonna be GG here in a second. She has to hold right until she loses control with Naru, and GG is gonna come up here in right now with a nice little Naru jump at the end.
Yay! So that is Ori and the Blind Forest, the definitive edition. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I really love this game. The community is absolutely wonderful. They're all sweethearts, and they, like, if you ever just have any questions or anything like that, they're more than willing to help, and they're very welcoming, and I love them all, and they're all sweethearts. And so you get to see the end of the game, even though you didn't see too much of the lore. But for now, yeah, I appreciate having to do this, be my first marathon ever. So I appreciate that, and I'm hoping my nerves will not be kicked in for Cuphead, but yeah. Either way, anywho, I meant to say. Um, so yeah, on that note, I hope everybody liked it.
Yeah, you did a great job. That was a really fun run.
No.
All right, GG, Rue, great job. So if you guys like Ori, definitely come back for our next run of Seasons After Fall with this guy, Trojan Dude. So he's gonna be right back in just a few minutes, and we'll get that going. So stay tuned.
Bye. Thank you.